What's good, y'all? You back with Streets, Freestyle Cooker with Streets. Thanks for tuning in. Like always, hope everybody out there is staying safe and healthy. And of course, y'all already know what it is. Bringing another great recipe video to share with y'all. If you're new to my channel, welcome. You know I always appreciate the love. If this is your first time on my channel, please hit that subscribe, like, share, and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with the latest videos. Because I keep telling y'all, we get it down here, freestyle cooking with Streets, y'all. Let's do it. Alright? So today, y'all, we going in on some steak, y'all. And as y'all can see on the board, I got the Tomahawk steak out, y'all. That's what we doing. That's the mood I'm in right now. Actually, I went to the butcher because I was talking to a friend of mine, and they was asking me how to make a brisket, how to cook a brisket, and from our conversation, it kind of had me wanting to make a brisket, and I'm like, you know what? That's what I'm in the mood for, a brisket. But once I get down there to the butcher shop, I seen this Tomahawk steak, man. I said, you know what? Let's go with the ribeye, man. I could do the brisket, another time. But I said I'll share with y'all the Tomahawk steak, man. You feel me? Let's get it in. So as y'all can see, I got this nice husky Tomahawk going on right here, y'all. Look at that thing. Oh yeah, man. Nice and thick. And basically the Tomahawk ain't nothing but the bone-in ribeye. It's called the Tomahawk because it got this long rib bone going on. And it's like a little axe type flow. So that's where you get your Tomahawk. Or you could get the cowboy steak where you get the little shorter piece of the rib bone. Probably looks something like that. You know what I mean? Either or works with this recipe, y'all. But we got the Tomahawk. We're going to get it in, all right? So already when I came in, I did a little salt brine, sat it out, salted it, kosher salt, real generous all over the steak, and let it sit for about a couple of hours just so it can break down the proteins a little bit. You dig me? So we can have this thing nice and ready to go. All right, so now we're about to season it on up. All right, and today I'm just going to use a little Manhattan blend I got. Steak blend. You could use any kind of rub you got, or you could just season it with salt, pepper, garlic powder. That's good to go. We're going to go ahead and season it up with my steak blend. So I'm going to go ahead and season this up real generously because this is a nice thick piece of steak. And we're going to reverse sear this, y'all. Okay? So I'm doing it this way where we're going to use the oven and I'm going to break out the big boy skillet and we're going to get this thing popping, man. So you don't always have to think that when you see the cowboy or the Tomahawk that you got to throw it on the grill. That's the only way you can cook it. Nah, man, you can cook it right in the crib, man. How we about to do it right now. All right, get the other side. Get this rub up on there. And it's real easy, y'all. This is not hard to make or hard to do. Get it all over it. Oh, yeah. There you go, y'all. Get that all up in there. And trust me, man, ribeye is one of my favorite cuts of steak, man. So I had to share this with y'all. All right. Now, once you got your seasoning all up in there, all right, I'm going to just let it sit a few more minutes just to let that, soak up in there. And what you want to do is you want to heat your oven up to 225, okay? Because what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the oven, slowly cook it, bring it up to temp. We're going to use a thermometer to put in the steak because we want to get the right temp. I want it like medium well. So we're going to kind of get the probe in there, try to get it up to a temp about 140. That's where I want to get it at, 140, 145. Some people like their steak medium rare, so you want to stay around 130, 135, or even 125. Between 125 and 135 is what you want to do because we're going to sear it after we take it out the oven, all right? So once you got your seasoning on there, preheat your oven to 225. Now the next thing you want to do after you got your after you start your oven preheating it to 25, You want to go ahead and get a baking sheet like I did. I put some aluminum foil on it, and I put me a little wire rack to set my steak on, because I want when it's cooking nice and slow, I want the air to circulate so my whole steak will cook evenly. You feel what I'm saying? And I got the aluminum foil on there to catch any kind of drippings or anything like that, just for easy cleanup. So now I got my thermometer, my probe. Boom, you see. Go ahead and set it at 143. That's my target. Go ahead and stick this right in the middle. There we go. Now, once I got my thermometer in, I got it set. And this one that I use, I can also time how long it's going to take. Now, you want to kind of really use a thermometer for this, because you want to get this right, to the right temp, or how you want it, your wellness. But I would say for this, it's about 2 inches thick. I would say this is probably going to take about an hour and a half to reach the this 143 mark is what I'm shooting for. So once you get your thermometer in, your probe, your oven's ready. Let's get it in there, y'all. Let's do it. All right, y'all. Now, once we halfway through the time, waiting for our steak to come up out the oven so we can sear that thing up, we're going to go ahead and start to prepare our sides, all right? Now, the sides aren't going to take that long to get finished, but we want to try to start preparing near the end when we're about to sear the steak, because, like I said, the side's not going to take that long to go, all right? So, our sides today is going to be, got me some kale greens here. Love kale. If you don't like kale, man, try this recipe of how I'm about to make it, and you'll always start eating kale, y'all. Trust me when I tell you, all right? But what we'll need is, I got a bag of kale already prepared. If you get it fresh, make sure you wash your kale and all that, just to get that little bitterness out of the greens. You feel me? And then chop it up. Or you could just buy it in a bag like I did for quick prep time. Be ready to go. I also got some turkey bacon. I got me some petite potatoes. We're going to roast some potatoes, y'all. Y'all going to like that recipe. Also got me a aloha pepper, a shallot, and a red Fresno pepper, y'all. That's what I'm talking about, man. We about to get it. And also, you don't see it on the board, but we're going to need some cloves of garlic. All right? So let's get to cutting. Let's do it. Okay, first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get my shallot chopped up. All right, real fast. It doesn't have to be super fancy, y'all. You just want to chop it up like so. Just like that in the fine pieces. We're good to go. Real easy. All right. Next, I want to go ahead and do my Fresno pepper. And I want the seeds and everything, y'all, because I want that extra spice going on. Okay, next, my aloha pepper. And how we going to cut these up, y'all? We're going to cut these up into chunks. All right, so we're not going to cut them up into strips. Feel me? We're going to just cut them up into chunks. Okay. These ribs out of here. All right, and we just want them in chunks. So we're going to cut it like this, y'all. All right, chunks like that, y'all. You know what? You can even break them down even further like this. Okay? Turn them to the side. Break them down even further. Alright? And you can use whatever kind of bell pepper you like. Okay? This is what I had in the fridge. Right? So next, I want to go ahead and chop up my bacon. Bought me some bacon ends. I always like to grab the bacon ends when I'm at the butcher shop, because anytime I need to throw bacon in a recipe, I don't have to have the strips of bacon and cut them up. They already be cut up in like chunks like this. So I just squeeze them up together. Just run through them. And there we go. Got our chopped bacon. Okay. Okay, next, got me some garlic cloves. I got about 5 garlic cloves here. Love garlic, y'all. So we're gonna need some garlic, and you don't have to be minced real fine. You can chop it up just like that, as you can see. All right. All right, y'all. We got this thing moving, definitely flowing. Now you see I got my pan out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and cook the bacon because I want the bacon a little bit cooked because we're gonna add it to our kale. So we can go ahead and get it cooked and set it to the side. So when our steak is done and we get our kale and potatoes started, we're good to go. All right. So go ahead and put about a tablespoon of oil. Already got my pan heating up. All right. Turn it down to medium. Let's get the bacon in there, y'all. All right, and this is not going to take long at all, maybe a couple of minutes, because I already chopped it up. So we'll just go ahead and stir it up for a couple minutes and we're done. All right, y'all, I'm telling y'all, y'all going to love this recipe, man. Definitely got to try it. Our steak is going to be popping. I just love sharing this with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Things are starting to feel like they're getting to normal. Weather changing. You know, you got fans coming back to sports a little something. You're on the right path, y'all. Let's do it. Alright, and like I said, no time, as you can see, we're almost done. Alright, you guys, a little bit more time has passed. The steak is almost done. It's almost about to come out. So now I want to go ahead and do my potatoes and prep them. I didn't want to prep them when I started cutting up the other ingredients because, you know, when the potatoes hit the air, they kind of get dark and whatnot, even though we're going to, like, season them up and marinate them. But my steak is probably about 10-15 minutes away. The temp's about at 130, 135. Remember, I'm waiting for that 143 mark. So that should be about another 15 minutes. We're right on track. A little over an hour. I said an hour and a half, so we probably beat that time. But now you want to go ahead and get your potatoes ready. And all you want to do, you just want to cut them in half. Like that. That's it. And this is like my spicy potato recipe. You could just roast your potatoes regular if you want. But you should try this recipe, y'all. I love spicy. And it's not too spicy, like super hot or anything like that. It just gives your potatoes an extra pop, extra flair to the flow. Alright. And you know, and depending on how many people you're cooking for, you would, you know, use as many potatoes as you would need. Okay? So there we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and put some salt. And you want to season accordingly to how many potatoes you use. And I'm not using that many. Okay, so I'm just using about maybe a teaspoon or so of salt. Quarter teaspoon of pepper. Next, I'm going to use my chili oil and garlic. Like I said, this is optional. If you don't like spicy, you could just leave this out. Okay. Next, I'm going to add my Fresno peppers. Next, I'm going to add some of my chopped garlic. Next, I'm going to add my aloha peppers. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of my shallots. and some olive oil. About a tablespoon. Then I'm gonna just go in here with my hands and mix it up, y'all. Mix it up real good. Get that chili oil with the garlic. Get my aromatics, peppers, everything mixed together. There we go. And I already prepared another cooking dish to get my potatoes in. And just sit them in there like so. Next, we're going to put our peppers and everything on top. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Nice. Alright, and what we'll do is let's leave that and set that to the side. Let all those flavors come together. Get that up in our potatoes and peppers. And as soon as our steak is done, we're ready to take it out. You want to go ahead and boost your oven to 450. And this is going in there for 30 minutes. Alright, let's do it. Boom. Here we go, y'all. As you can see, we got our tomahawk up out the oven, ready to be seared. Okay, I took it out maybe about 5 degrees before I hit my mark. Because what I want to do now, I want to go ahead and I just want to let it sit for a second because I want to give my potatoes a head start. Okay, so I want to give my potatoes about a 10 to 15 minute head start. And then we'll start to sear this. Alright? Then we'll hit our kale and we'll be plating this up, y'all. You feel me? Look at that thing. It's looking real good. Look at that. Yeah. Alright. So get your potatoes in the oven. 450, 30 minutes. Time to break out the big boy pan. Let's do it. Here we go. Got the big boy out, the 14-inch cast iron. Got it piping hot, as you can see. A couple tablespoons of avocado oil in there. We're going to get a nice sear on our steak, y'all. Alright. Let's go. Alright. You want to press it down and make sure it get contact. Right, and we're going to do it on each side for about maybe 4 minutes. Here we go, y'all. We made our first flip. Don't worry about the little end piece right here with the fat on the end sticking up a little bit. We got most of our meat getting good contact. We got good color. Alright, we're just doing a little quick sear so we get that nice little crust. But we're cooked in the middle throughout the steak like we want it. Alright. And mind you, before you sear, remember to let the 15 minutes go by. Let your potatoes cook for about 15 minutes. And then while this is resting, the potatoes will finish up. We'll get to our kale. This is smelling so good, y'all. Alright. As you can see, we got it up out the pan, ready to go. Go ahead and cover it on up. And I'm going to go ahead and let that rest, y'all. Alright, we're going to let that rest while we wait for our potatoes and do our kale, which will be real quick. Let's do it. Here we go, y'all. At the finish line. We're going to get our kale going. You see I got my pan going. Got some oil in there. Okay. About a tablespoon. Go ahead and get my shallots in there. And I just want to stir these up until they start to get soft. Got it on a medium high. Alright, y'all. Now once my shallots start to get soft, I want to go ahead and add in my garlic. Love this smell. I just love this smell. Okay, and I want to go ahead and stir this up for maybe another minute. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, alright, you start to see the garlic turn color a little bit. I want to go ahead and add about a 1/4 cup of stock. Some chicken stock, you can use vegetable stock. I want to just go ahead and get that to a boil, a little slight boil. As you can see, got it at a light boil. I got about a pound. This is about a pound bag. Go ahead and start with half. And you know, this will start to wilt down like spinach, y'all. So it might look like it's filling up the pot all crazy, but it'll start to break down. And we'll see. I might only need just half this bag for this particular meal. We'll just give it a second, y'all. Okay, you'll see how it's starting to go down. Once your kale starts to go down and you're mixing it up with the stock, with the garlic, with the shallots, I want to now get my bacon in there. Okay. I also want to add some salt. About a teaspoon or so, y'all. About a half a bag. That's all I'm using. About a teaspoon. Go ahead and get a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper in there. You know, you want to salt and pepper to taste. You know what I mean? Go ahead and get that mixed up. Alright. And I'm going to put a top on it for about 5 minutes. And we'll be done. Alright, y'all, moment of truth. Now, before we get to the plate up, we know we gotta go into this steak to see how it came out, y'all. It's looking good, it's been resting. Let's do this. Oh, yeah. Alright, set that to the side. Let's get this on that side. Let's see, y'all. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's nice and juicy, too. Oh, yeah, look at that. Just like I like it, y'all. Oh, yeah. Look at that, y'all. See that juiciness? Oh, yeah. I'm talking about, y'all. Get a little piece of that, taste that. Ready to go. Alright, y'all, I think we need to plate this one up. There we go. Moment of truth, y'all. Plate it on up. We got our tomahawk steak sliced up. We got our roasted, spicy potatoes. We got our kale with our bacon, shallots, garlic. Oh yeah, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm glad y'all stayed with me on this little journey. You know, a little quick recipe to share with y'all. Definitely got to try it. I mean, that steak is just looking so good, so juicy. You feel me? So you already know what it is. I'm about to go in on it. So please subscribe, like, share, hit that notification bell. You know, so y'all can stay up to date with the latest videos. Comment. Let me know if you want to try something. Let me know if you tried it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what's good. Y'all holla at me. Y'all already know what I'm about to do, man. Holla.